Okay, what's up, guys? So this is going to be an all signs zodiac reading for the next upcoming week. What is this, the 8th through like the 14th? Something like that, okay? So, like I said, this is going to be for all zodiac signs. All zodiac signs, doesn't matter what sign you are, okay? This is collective energies, a collective reading, okay? So basically, look, time and energy is fluid. Some of this shit could have already happened. It could have been, happening now. It could happen to somebody around you. And ultimately, this is definitely going to be a week where it really depends on where you have Sagittarius and Gemini within your houses and within your chart, right? Now, the reason why, because I do have a couple of channel messages for you guys as well as some astrology talk, right? So we actually went through a total lunar eclipse on May 26th, okay? Which was dealing with a lot of endings, okay? Dealing with a lot of karmic endings. Some of you guys most definitely had like an aha moment over these last 2 weeks. And it's going to affect you in different areas, again, depending on where you have Sagittarius and Gemini within your houses, right? So some of you guys might be affected in career, suddenly deciding a job doesn't work for you and you want to do something different, or you want to pursue a new field in your job, right? Some of you guys, it might be love, where it's like, I'm not really sure if I still want to, be in this relationship, or if I want new love, or you know what, maybe I don't value work. Maybe I want to get married right now. Maybe that's the priority I want to put forth. So it's going to be different for everyone, but nonetheless, this is going to be a week where a lot of massive new changes, a lot of massive new beginnings are coming in, because we do have a total solar eclipse happening on Thursday, June 10th. Don't ask me what time, child. Google it, okay? But with this, it's going to be a lot of fucking changes, like a lot of changes, okay? A lot. And off the top of my head, I know that Scorpios are definitely going to be more geared towards partnerships and love. A lot of eighth house up there, shared finances, shared resources. Tauruses is impacting you guys in your second house. So a lot to deal with your personal finances and, your day-to-day ways of making money. Like it's going to be different for everybody, but I wanted to throw that out there. Okay. Because ultimately that definitely will affect, the energies of this reading. Okay. So let's go ahead into this and see, what comes out. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. What do I want to go with? Let's go with the energy deck. Okay. So Spirit, what do we have as the overall love energy for the week? What do we have for the overall love energy for the week? Okay. Y'all know these cars be flying to Tokyo, y'all. Give me a second. Give me a second. Also, keep in mind, too, this is the month of soul tribes and soul reunion. So expect for there to be conversations happening, okay? So those of you guys that are in separation with a person and God has already confirmed to you that this is your person, this is going to be a huge month for that. A lot of reconciliations happening, a lot of reunions, a lot of new relationships, new engagements, jobs, career, like a lot of great things are happening this month. So definitely, you guys that are in separation with a person, and I'm not talking about, oh, you got a little crush and they ghosted you. No, I'm not talking about that. Y'all know what I'm talking about, like twin flames and things like that. This is going to be a very huge month for that. And speaking of, the energy that we have is higher power. Okay. Higher power. Let's go ahead and get into her. All right. So your message is conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with spirit. This reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. Ask, what is the highest good for all? How can I serve? Then get out of your own way and trust that there's a plan for your life more wondrous than you could ever know. You are always protected and divinely directed, okay? So it's time to address, right, how much effort you give to your relationship with your higher power, called God, Goddess, Spirit, whatever name, that's sacred and holy. Recognize that your partnership with spirit is your number one priority. The appearance of this also indicates that there's a deep spiritual bond between you and another person who's essential to your growth and evolution. Tend to your spiritual connections and remain aware of your true nature. So I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Right now, there's a lot of changes that's coming in. A lot. And this is the week of self-deception. Well, that's been the theme, okay, between these two eclipses. Self-deception. Where have you been lying to yourself, right? Have you been lying to yourself, telling yourself that you're happy at a job and you're not? Have you been lying to yourself about, the way that you feel about a person, running away from, this person because you're scared of true happiness, true love, okay? Scared of having true love and happiness. That is basically the theme of what's going on right now. And this right now, this message is definitely confirmation for those of you guys who feel like you're in a deep soul connection, okay? I do feel like this is going to be the week where a lot of things are going to come to surface, a lot of feelings, okay? So some of you guys might receive contact this week, if not next week. But this is definitely a week where you cannot run from it, okay? See, Gemini and Sagittarius are opposite signs, right? And it's all about, like, Sagittarius is more so about freedom and going out there and exploring whatever, right? Whereas Gemini is more so about the truth, like the blunt, cold, honest, hard truth, okay? So we already had the full moon, the full lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. Now we're going through the solar eclipse, which is new beginnings, right? So this is new beginnings based off of your truth, okay? Not the truth that you tell to other people and this, that, and the third. No, that's what we dealt with Sagittarius, what energies did we take on from just our childhood, from the way that we were raised, from other people. We got rid of that, right? So that now we can start embracing our new truth, whatever that looks like. And so in regards to love, again, this is a time where people are about to start communicating the fact that they actually have feelings for you, or the fact that they do want to get married, or the fact that you don't want to be in a relationship. It's like, where do you stand in regards to love? Like, being truthfully honest with yourself and looking at your situation objectively, okay? Let's go ahead and dive deeper into this. How do I want to start this? Okay. Do I want to use energy? I do. Okay. Let's see. What is the situation? Okay. Give me the focus. Wait, no. Give me the challenge. Give me the challenge. Give me the advice. The advice. The way through this. Wow. You cannot make this shit up, y'all. You cannot make this shit up. Energy doesn't lie. Energy does not lie. Okay. So before I explain what these energies mean, we're going to dive into it. So the situation that we have at hand is broken heart in reverse with the world energy. The challenge that we have is victory in cornucopia. The advice in a way through this is caring connections. And the overall energy is yin and yang. This is a month of soul tribes. Finding who you relate to on a soul level. Again, we've shed past life shit. We've shed shit from our childhood. We've shed this old way of conditioning, this old way of thinking. The world in which we've become accustomed to has changed. This is the week that changes the rest of our lives forever. You are not going to be who you were last week. And I've been teasing you guys and mentioning this energy for months leading up to this point because, as a light worker, there's things that I intuitively feel. There's downloads that I get. There's things that I channel. Speaking of, last night, I channeled so hard about this energy. It's not even funny. Like, I could not fucking sleep. Like my angels just kept sending me. First of all, they've been bombarding me with synchronicities of my own, but definitely last night, not just for me, but for the collective, just synchronicity after synchronicity after synchronicity after synchronicity, and just new fucking beginnings. Like, you're already here. Them seeds that we've been talking about since March, they're ready. They are ready, okay? And, you know, for those of you guys that might be a little bit doubtful, that might be like, okay, yeah, just another tarot video with somebody's like that. Let me explain. So I like to tell people, when it comes to tarot just tells you what is happening, okay? And even for those of you guys that have done an alignment reading with me, you know that I incorporate all different styles to give you a full picture of your life, right? Because I really do feel like tarot just limits us to what's going to happen, whereas astrology points to divine timing, okay? Because I can tell you what's going to happen all day, but if the planets aren't in alignment for, you know, for a relationship to happen, a marriage to happen, a new job to come in, then it's just not going to happen. And so, you understand what I'm saying? That's why during certain points and times of the year, you might be experiencing different shit. Like everybody already knows Mercury retrograde, okay, communication issues, travel issues, things like that. Pluto retrograde, karmic beginnings and karmic endings come up. You know, just different things that happen. And so right now, the divine timing for unions and soul tribes and relationships and these new beginnings in regards to love, the time is now. The time is now. Okay, so starting off, the energy that we have here is broken heart and the world. There's something that is undone, okay? When you have a deep soul connection, you are sent to this earth to go through things, right? Everybody, of course, goes through things and whatnot, and every person that you meet, okay, plays a part in your overall trajectory, and okay. But when you have a deep soul connection, you meet a person and your life instantly changes from the moment you meet them. You may not understand why you've met this person. You may not understand, you know, how pivotal this person is about to become in your life, you know, how instrumental they are to your life. But you meet them and you go through a whole bunch of transformations, and meeting them doesn't necessarily mean or guarantee that you're going to be in a relationship with them necessarily, because it more often than not doesn't work like that. Like if you're watching this and you've been in a relationship for 20 months and you know, you met a person and y'all were instantly together and instantly married and whatnot, this message may not be for you. Matter of fact, I don't think it is. I'm specifically speaking to people that have been in separation with a person. Strong vibes, strong chemistry, strong everything. Timing was never quite right. You knew that this person was in your life for a reason. You didn't understand why. They left, and every time they left, it's like a piece of you left with them, and then at the same time, you went through hell. You know what I'm saying? You went through hell. You went through various different chapters that forced you to grow. Okay, there was no other way out of the said situation other than to grow, right? So right now, there is a lot of unfinished business between you and another person right now. A lot of unfinished business where maybe you thought the chapter was closed. Maybe they thought the chapter was closed. Maybe you both thought, okay, this is done, finito, let's move on. You know, because timing just never was right or anything like that. And it's like, no, it's time to come together and have a conversation. It's time to come together and figure out, okay, what are we going to do? Are we going to officially end this, or are we going to come together and finally have the beautiful life that we keep running away from? Okay. Now, speaking of running away, that is a challenge that we have: cornucopia and victory. This points to your wish fulfillment. Your wish fulfillment. Now, they say, you know, everything that glitters isn't gold, but then you also have people that are so scared of intimacy and so scared of being vulnerable that they believe that what is actually gold isn't glittering, if that makes sense. Okay. Like, of course, you have the people that, you know, kind of just fall for the, you know, everything and kind of drink the Kool-Aid. But then you have people that are drinking Kool-Aid that's not even Kool-Aid. Baby, you drinking juice. You drinking water. Chad, I'm trying to make this make sense. I hope it makes sense to somebody, okay? Basically, the challenge right now is running away from success in relationships, running away from happiness, okay? And I feel like it stems from a place of feeling like maybe you don't deserve it. Maybe a lot of wounded ego things again from childhood. I don't know who hurt you, okay? I don't know who, was the one that made you feel like you couldn't deserve love or what experiences you've been through. But a lot of healing from all of that has taken place over the last 2 weeks. A lot of self-reflection, a lot of deep thoughts, a lot of why am I the way that I am? Or what is it that I'm holding on to that's keeping me from this, okay? Because I do feel like there has been negative attachments that has been blocking this, okay? That's been blocking this. And I do feel like a lot of this has been subconscious, okay? Not necessarily like 3D knowing that, okay, this is what I'm doing. Like I'm purposely blocking this, but subconsciously self-deception, okay? And so the way through this is simply to open up your heart. Open up your heart, be more loving, be more trusting, be more out there, be more connected to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, let people in. You are not your past. You are not your past. You are not your past. And your story doesn't have to always be the victim. That's what I feel like a lot of you guys are going through right now. And some of you guys might look at this like, oh, that's not my story. That's their story. That's the person I'm dealing with. No, it's probably you as well. Because if this is a deep connection that I'm feeling like it is, then you two are connected on some type of energetic level through spirit, okay? So this is happening to both of you guys. Where is this self-deception coming from? Learn to open up. Learn to let people in. Stop rushing to immediately fuck some shit up because you're afraid that you're just going to get hurt anyways, or that, you're never going to find love. You're never going to get married. You're never going to be happy. Like, that's a story that you have to keep, that you have to stop telling yourself. Bottom of the deck, again, we have yin and yang, okay, which speaks to the dualities, okay, speaks to the dualities of life, but definitely feminine, masculine energy, Empress, Emperor type of energy, okay? Definitely a divine connection that we're dealing with here. What do we have for the situation? So we have the 5 of Cups and we have the Page of Swords reverse with the 9 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, some of you guys are not paying attention to the signs. Some of you guys are not paying attention to the signs. Or maybe even like, because this definitely feels like I'm afraid to go to the place it hurts. I don't know if I can do that. Because if I go towards that, it's going to reveal X about me. Some of you guys are running away from happiness because it's going to bring up something dark. I don't want to be involved with this person, or they don't want to be involved with you, because if they are, then that kind of forces them to realize that the situations in which they thought they had love, it was actually toxic. And it's like awareness brings up accountability, right? And nobody likes to be told about themselves. Nobody likes to feel regret. Nobody likes to feel sadness. Nobody likes to feel oppression, depression, so it's like, go along to get along and somehow make it. Yeah. 5 of Pentacles, the Moon, 9 of Cups. A lot of secrets, a lot of deception, a lot of like, it's like we're dealing with someone who feels like almost like me against the world. Like, I have to have this armor up. I have to stay guarded. I have to hold everything in and kind of just stay private. Like, it's very much given Scorpio energy. Yeah. So some of you guys could be dealing with Scorpio. It's giving Scorpionic energy. But it's very much like, I have to protect me. I have to go about things my way. and deal with things privately in order for me to find happiness. And I don't think that's true. In fact, I know it's not true. Because see, when you open up to the divine, it's like that is your backup plan, right? Because I feel like it's like this. It's like somebody wants to open up, somebody wants this new love, somebody wants, but it's like they want to do it on their terms. It's like I don't want to open up completely. I don't want to open up fully. I don't want to open up 100%. I want to be very practical about the way in which I move, because there's always that chance that I could get hurt, and you're gonna love me more than I love you, type of vibes. And it's like it's a mind shift that needs to happen, right? Because it's like when you realize that this isn't just a regular connection, but it's a connection through God, it changes things, because now you're not just disappointing me. If something happens and you cheat on me, or anything happens, you're disappointing God. And that changes things. And speaking of changing things, look exactly at what we have. Wheel of Fortune, Three of Pentacles, and Queen of Wands. Yeah. Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, you could be dealing with. But yeah, once somebody makes that mental shift that this is a partnership through God, and that the only way through this is to open up and be vulnerable, this is exactly what's going to happen. Wheel of Fortune, Three of Pentacles, and Queen of Wands. It's like there's going to be a massive change that happens, because literally it's like all of your gifts and blessings are right in front of you. It's just a matter of you acknowledging it and claiming it, And the second that you, and for a lot of people, it's going to be such a tiny ass little shift, like just a tiny ass little shift that's like, okay, I'm ready to go for this. Okay, I'm ready to open up. And then boom, your whole fucking world changes, like new job, new car, new everything. Like just people are going to be surprised at which the abundance just starts pouring in after making this minor switch that is going to impact the rest of your life. We have the Five of Wands, we have the Ace of Cups, and the High Priestess. I feel like there's this internal battle going on. Some of you might be feeling a pull in between doing what's right and doing what's logical. How do I explain this? I'm hearing a console. Nobody want to see us together, but they don't matter. No. Very much that is the energy. Nobody want to see us together, but they don't matter. No. It's like I feel like somebody is going through this pull of, I love you, and I know that you're my end all be all, but I'm torn. I'm torn in between the two, or I'm having to fight off things to protect this, or I'm having this inner conflict because, my heart is telling me to open up, but my mind is telling me, no, don't risk it. But so I don't know. That is the energy that we have. Definitely go to my website, thealigningsouls.com, which is literally on screen, to book you a personal reading. And if you feel like, I definitely feel like this is both parties, okay? Feminine and masculine energies, okay? But I do feel like this is more of the masculine storyline, okay? So for whoever you're dealing with, this is what they're struggling with. Okay. But definitely go to my website, thealigningsouls.com, to help yourself get into alignment. Okay. Let's figure out what your divine path is, your soul mission, because even once, people come into union and all of that, that doesn't mean that the work stops. That's when the work begins. Okay. So go to my website. Otherwise, maybe you're only getting half the story. Go book a reading. I love every one of y'all, each and every one of y'all. Life is all about alignment, and I'm literally here to help you back into the universe. Okay. So get in your shit before shit gets on you. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye. Girl, I said bye. I feel like I need something. You tried to fight, but you